Hello, everybody. It's Tyler here. Um, I saw Masters of the Universe twice now, and I'm just gonna cook on a sequel potential. I mean, they plant the seeds, and I've just kind of gone over some things in my head what I'd like to see, and um, yeah. So here goes my pitches. Okay. First of all, first movie was fun. It had a lot of greatness to it, and I think it deserves a sequel. I think there's a lot to build on. But here we go. Masters of the Universe 2. And you could call it maybe He-Man and the Masters of the Universe if you want to, just to kind of give it that punctuation and something different. But we start off with a prologue, and in this prologue, we're introduced to Keldor and Randor, and what we see is the two babies of Adam and Adora being born. And we see how there's conflict between Keldor and Randor, and Keldor always feels he's in Randor's shadow. He doesn't feel like he has any power. He doesn't have anything. And basically he meets this person that talks him into, hey, kind of a Faustian deal about what he can do to gain power and what must occur and who he can be, and his lust for power is so great. And the price for him to work with or be taken in by and get his powers, he has to steal one of Randor's children. And he steals Adora and gives it to the person, who's then revealed to be Hordak. But at this time, when Adora is stolen, there's some things that happen in the castle, and Hordak attacks or whatever, and Keldor goes missing. And they think Keldor died during the attacks. What happens is, when he is with Hordak and Hordak's talking about giving him the power, he opens kind of this dimensional portal through like a cauldron-esque pit-looking thing that is the Havoc energy he talks about, empowers his staff, but then it almost possesses, consumes him, burns off his flesh, giving him the blue kind of skin and the skeleton face, and warps his mind some, that he basically forgets that he is Keldor. And then we see the sorceress talk about how she makes like Eternia forget about Adora, but only Randor and Marlena and Duncan and the sorceress know. And that's kind of our prologue. And then what happens is the movie starts with He-Man fighting, where it picks up right after, and he is helping the Avion village, and we see Stratos, and we learn about Hordak and Hordak's, evil, and we have to either get there or they're coming there, and that's where we pick up with the She-Ra story, where we bring in She-Ra. And we saw that she got the sword, and, we can kind of jump into she arrives with her sword or something, but she doesn't remember her history and everything. But it's like revealed to her later by the sorceress as things are going on, and when she has the power. But we also learn some stuff about her in flashbacks. We get some flashback scenes that play out about what Hordak used her for, on before she started leaving the rebellion. And Hordak, returns, and Evil Lyn is able to use some Havoc energy and magic with Hordak's help and resurrects Skeletor. Skeletor comes back, he's very feeble, but when he comes back, his mind starts to remember his truth of who he was before Skeletor and what he was. And then what happens is he plots and schemes and all that stuff, just like he always does. And he basically kills Hordak, drains his power, and becomes more like a bigger, badder Skeletor, like a Skelegod or a Skeletech or something like that, and becomes a bigger, more powerful threat that you now need He-Man and She-Ra to fight, because he's absorbed so much of the Havoc energy and magic. Um, so that's kind of my pitch. Kind of the stuff I've seen that give us kind of a cool jump on and off point. And, Adam is adjusting to ruling kind of side by side with his mom, preparing him since his father is dead. And Skeletor even tries to, prove that he was Keldor and has a right to the crown with Randor being dead. And even maybe tries to pull a Lion King, saying it's because of He-Man that Randor died. So there's some ideas. I definitely would like more. I'd like to see She-Ra. I want to see more powerful female characters. I thought Sheila was great. So yeah, some more powerful female characters. My daughter.